What's going on, guys? So today I'm out here at Explore USA RV Supercenter in Corpus Christi, Texas, and we're about to take a look at this really cool bunkhouse fifth wheel floor plan from Rockwood. Now, Rockwood doesn't have a lot of bunkhouse fifth wheels. I think this might be one of the only ones, but it's definitely going to be something I think you're not going to want to miss. So hang tight, I'll be right back. As always, let's take a look at the numbers on this unit before we go any further. So this Rockwood is going to have a gross vehicle weight rating of 11,483 pounds. Relatively light. It's going to have a 1,777 pound cargo capacity. It's going to ride on 16-inch E-rated tires, and it's going to ride on also twin 5,000 pound axles. So everything's looking okay here from the numbers perspective at this point. This is definitely something that I would suggest towing behind a single rear wheel 1-ton or even a dually. Now, there are some newer 3/4 ton trucks with that higher gross vehicle weight rating that you could probably tow this with. Just, you know, you really just want to have over, I'm going to say about 3,200 pounds worth of cargo capacity, because you're likely going to be transferring roughly 2,200 pounds to the back of your truck, plus the hitch and all that other stuff whenever you're set up to go camping. That's the main reason why I make my recommendations the way I do. You can see up front it has the LCI turning point front hitch. This pin box right here actually swivels in this midpoint, so you put a special block adapter into your fifth wheel hitch, and it allows it to kind of stay static right here and then rotate at this point up here, so it's more suitable for shorter bed trucks. Anyways, let's take a quick look inside of this fifth wheel before we come back out and look at the outside. I already see Goodyear Endurance tires. I like that. Okay, so this is the Rockwood 2891BH. All right, stepping inside. It's a little dark, so let's kind of work our way from the living room all the way to the back area. Quickly kind of pan around the inside so you can see what it's all about. Nice love seat right here. Theater seats right here. This looks like it'll convert into a bed. This one just reclines, but I do like how they've positioned it in correlation to the TV. TV looks to be about a 42-inch TV. Beneath it, you have a nice panoramic fireplace. Nice cabinetry all around. I really like this little hutch design right here. It seems as if this may even be a carryover for models that have a kitchen in this area. But you definitely have a lot of cabinetry, and the crown molding is actually really nice, especially around the top of the cabinets. Nice trim around the slides. This is going to have your 12-volt Magic Chef refrigerator. Very nice. Then you have some really nice pantry space right here. Price on this unit, MSRP wise, is $67,926. Likely the sales price is going to be significantly less than that. And if you are working with a dealership that's not selling anything below MSRP, you may want to look at another dealership. I only say that because I know there are some folks out there who believe that RVs are selling at MSRP, and that may be true in some parts of the country, but in my opinion, you know, I don't want you guys going in debt, you know, even more whenever you pay MSRP, which could be, you know, 15, 20, 30 grand more than what someone else might pay, and then all of a sudden you find yourself in a situation to where you can't get out of yours without being so much more upside down than someone else. So you always want to shop around. I like Explore USA and several other dealerships that I do videos at because their sale price tends to be significantly less than the MSRP. Getting back to it, nice little aluminum straining rack here, and this is a dual basin sink, so they actually give you 2 of these. It's actually the first I've seen where they give you 2 of these straining racks. 3-burner gas cooktop with stove, oven. Got some good storage under here. So Rockwood is kind of considered to be a little bit more premium in terms of how they build their RVs, whether it's a towable unit or whether it's a fifth wheel. And when I mean towable, I mean conventional. And you tend to see a bit more focus on quality, fit, and finish than you might in some other units. I do like the backsplash here. It's just kind of a faux backsplash, but it's kind of what you get in RVs. It doesn't look bad, it's functional, and it's lightweight. All right, got my light on. Stepping into the bunkhouse. This has a really nice bunkhouse. Below, this appears to be pretty much a full-size bunk. Looks to be about 4 feet wide, and I'm going to say about 6 feet long. So it's good for kids. And then above it, you also have a nice little bunkhouse, and this is an L-shaped bunk right here. So this is a really cool spot for kids, especially if you have a couple of them and they want to play, and you know, maybe they're going to be reading books or on their iPads, whatever. It's just a great spot for them up here. And then the ladder would hook around here. I don't know where they have the ladder placed right now, but yeah, you'd crawl up here and then you'd be in that spot. Lots of wardrobe space in here as well. This is sometimes what's lacking in a lot of these bunk units. You get a cool bunk area, but you don't get a lot of wardrobe space, and you get a good amount of it here. Then you have your cable and your power connection here. This is where your TV backer is. And you have some incredibly deep wardrobe space right here. Oh, this is also where you'd put your washer and dryer, so that's really cool. So they give you a kind of a combination space right here. You definitely can't put a stackable unit in here, but you could certainly put a combo unit in here. You have your power right there, and then you have your connections right there, and then you also have a connection for your vent down there. Very nice. And inside of here, no connections there, but you do have a couple 110 outlets there, and I imagine you might have some up here as well. Actually, I don't see any up here. It would have been nice to see some USB ports or something up here, at least to be able to charge iPads or other devices. Now coming back this way, quick glance here under the TV. Coming up the stairs, first you have your RV comfort controller. This is your thermostat for your AC unit. This unit does have 2 air conditioning units installed. Coleman unit right there, and then another one in the bedroom. Here's your control panel. Very neatly laid out. I love how they've done this. Lights, all your lights, slides. You have 2 slides, one in the bedroom, one back here. Awning controls, water heater pump, gas heater, even your Wi-Fi booster. And then you check your tank levels right here. This has a Go Power solar panel already installed, as well as a 30 amp PWM solar charge controller as well. It's likely going to be a 190 watt panel. In here you have a porcelain foot flush toilet. On this side you have a nice stainless steel sink. Medicine cabinet with a really nice fixture at the top. That's nice. Plus a little towel holder there. You have your fan control right here, which controls this Max Air fan up top, which is really nice. Typically you see the cheaper kind of ventilation fan in the bathroom, and it's nice to see that they're putting a remote controlled Max Air fan up here. Cabinet there. Nice corner shower. Reasonably high ceiling heights in here. You could easily be upwards of about 6.5 feet tall and be able to use this shower without any problem at all. So that's really nice. Plus it has an upgraded kind of sprayer right here where you can turn it on and off right there, which is really nice as well. Nice deep storage for towels and such. And all of this is on a slide wall. So when it's in, it kind of hugs up against the bed here, and then you have a sliding door right here which can close off the bathroom. Right here is going to be your wardrobe storage for the bedroom. It's about 18 inches deep. It's actually a pretty good size space. Queen size bed. I don't believe there's a king size offering here. Nice cabinetry above. Here's that second, or I guess you could say first AC unit. It's all ducted. Then you have more wardrobe storage right here. With a queen size bed, and it being a full length queen size bed, you still have some room around the back to get on and off the bed, and then you have some nice end tables here. You got plenty of room, even if you have like an iPad or a laptop or something like that. It gives you plenty of space to put things, cup of coffee, CPAP machine, any of those things that you're looking to place next to the bed. You got a lot of room for it here. Definitely have to give them kudos for organizing this space very well. And then under the bed, you're going to have more storage. Trimmed off very nicely. This is going to be an outside grill assembly. Nice strut arms holding this up as well. And they are very, very strong strut arms. Light switch right here, and you have another swinging door right here that closes the bedroom off from the living room and kitchen area. Anyways, let's step outside and take a closer look at the outside of this unit. Okay, starting from the front, working our way back. Again, you have the LCI Trail Air Turning Point front pin box, which is really nice. A lot of people say, you know, you can incur sway on a setup like this because of where the actual point is behind the connection point. And, you know, I'd love to hear from anybody who utilizes the turning point and does it the way that, you know, they recommend setting it up, on how that works for you guys. If you guys have ever experienced sway, if it feels rock solid when you're towing, please leave a comment below. It has the ground control 3.0 4-point automatic leveling system, which is nice. You have a propane canister right here, and you're gonna have one on the other side. They're both 30-pound tanks. Right here, you have a really nice thick baggage door. And here's your basement storage. This is kind of interesting right here. This is a table that connects to that little side channel right there that we'll pass in a second. So you have a nice little table outside to put things, and then you have a dinette table right here, which you would use inside of the RV, so you can use it as kind of a place to seat. Because a lot of people are gonna say, where's the dining room table? Where do you eat? Well, it's this really long table, and this table looks to be about 5 feet long. So you definitely have a lot of area right here to sit if you're gonna be sitting on the theater seating or on the love seat. I see a water filter over there, which we'll go over when we get to that side. Everything is very cleanly ran under here. All the ducting, this and that pipe right there, and this heat duct right here are really the only two areas that kind of drop down into this space. Magnetically holds up whenever it's up, and then you have this to hold the door open, which likely means this does not have a friction hinge. It actually does have a friction hinge. I like that. So they've given you kind of a backup to the friction hinge. You have the friction hinge, which keeps the door from swinging, and then you also have that to keep it open in case it gets too windy. See, the little things that I really like. And they have some specs right here too. You can pause it and look over that if you want. All right, coming back around, Goodyear Endurance tires. This is gonna ride on torsion axles. So these utilize a torsion style suspension system instead of the typical leaf sprung. A lot of people prefer this. You just have to be sure when you're towing something with torsion axles, you're towing it perfectly level. Otherwise, you will be putting more weight on one axle versus the others because they're not equalized. This is an interesting little storage area. Rockwood has always been good at utilizing space that other RV manufacturers may overlook and giving it back to you as storage. Place to hang a TV, 110 outlet, cable outlet, so you can get your TV out here and you can get it connected for, you know, watching cable or whatever you're connected to at the park. Outside of your water heater, this is going to be your outside kitchen. Again, very thick baggage doors. I can appreciate that. Nice outside cooktop, as well as a hot point compact refrigerator and some storage space up here. You got a little latch to hold that up here. I kind of wish they would have made this a magnetic hold instead of utilizing that latch. Coming back, all LED lighting. Still have your 4-inch tubular bumper, so you can throw your hose inside there, your sewer hose. And then you have a really cool back drop down tray, and this is awesome because you can carry things with you, such as one of those little toilet totes to drain your tank. You can put other things on the back of this, and it gives you a lot more flexibility, even if you have bikes and things like that. So I really appreciate it. And they put these utility racks on the back of these RVs. Tiny little hatch here that actually gives you a good amount of storage. This is up, so I can't open it completely. But that is a very, very good amount of storage in there. You could easily keep some of your equipment, some of your tools, your power cables, things like that in a very nice spot. And then back here, you have an outside shower. You have your walk-on roof, wired for Furrion wireless backup camera. This is gonna be your 50 amp connection, and this is gonna be your tank fill. You can have your sewer connection right there. Underneath, this has a rack and pinion slide on this side. This rides on an 8-inch I-beam frame, which is perfectly fine for this size of RV. Look at all these storage hatches just everywhere on this unit. Again, nice thick door. Check this out. It's like everywhere you look in here, there's storage. And this is really tall. This probably goes up, I'm gonna say about 6 feet. So you could easily fit some taller things inside of here. That is a really, really cool piece of storage space. And I love it when they do things like this. This is why on our Brookstone, we had them put that storage area behind the fireplace. It was typically dead space or unutilized space. So we got it back. Coming around this side, this is the outside of your furnace. You guys know I love it when they put a light on this side. Being able to illuminate this side, especially at night or if you show up at a campground late, is really, really good. Okay, again, nice thick doors. Nice water panel. This is a Nautilus panel, which is the brand, and it's essentially a really, really kind of combined, consolidated area for all your water connections, everything that you might need. You have your shower out here already installed, 110 outlet up here, little drain and your access to put your hoses and your cable lines through right here. I like how this is all tapered off, so whenever water gets into this spot, it can flow right out. Here's your inverter, your auto leveling system controls, and again, you have a whole house water filtration system. Now, this right here, it's full of some fluid. It's because it's winterized whenever they send it from the factory. But very, very nice. Anyways, guys, I would love to know what you think about this unit. I'm actually pretty impressed. I like the frameless windows, Schwintek slide up front. Very cool. And again, if you have any experience with the Turning Point fifth wheel pin box, let me know what you think about it, especially if you tow with a short bed truck, right? Something that really utilizes the need for it to be able to turn a little tighter. Anyways, guys, I sure hope you've enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we will talk to you again very soon.